Healing is a process.
Where is Neva?
Hello, family. Hello, and welcome. Hi. I hope you are having a phenomenal day filled with love, reassurance, and happiness. This is another episode of Where is Neva? If you do not know me, my name is JeMonica. If you do know me, hey, what's up? We are talking about the series Adjusting Our Mindset. In this episode, we're talking about healing is a process. I'm going to share a little bit of my story, but I'm also going to talk about the process of healing. So hopefully that you're on your transparency journey or your healing journey as well, or you're thinking about it. I'm glad to have you here. So, what is healing? What is healing? What does healing look like? When I first started this journey, I had no clue. I didn't even know I was hurting, to be honest. I just knew that I was upset. I wasn't treating myself well. I wasn't really kind to myself. Nor was I loving people the way I wanted to love them. And things weren't sitting right with me. I would take things real personal. I will hurt. And me saying all this stuff is not something that I don't do now. Like, I'm still, because I'm on this journey, I'm learning how to work through them, and cope through them. So, what is healing? Healing to me is a journey that looks different from me than it may look for you. Healing cannot be defined as one thing. I don't think healing has a clear definition, because the way I am healing may look different than the way you're healing. And they're both okay. Doesn't mean that I'm right and you're wrong. Doesn't mean that you're right and I'm wrong. It doesn't mean any of that. It means that what you're doing is for you and what I'm doing is for me. And I had to realize that, and I had to sit with that, because when I started my healing journey, I would read and I would watch things like meditating and how to meditate, and download those apps to learn how to meditate. And I would sit in the corner and be like, Geneva, just stop thinking, concentrate. And there'll be like things where listen to the tone and just concentrate on the tone. And I couldn't stop thinking about what I was thinking about. I would get so upset with myself. I'm like, Geneva, you're not doing this right. Like, why are you not? And I realized that is me not being kind to myself. So instead of continuing to attack myself for not knowing how to do something, I said, okay, let's sit with these thoughts. What are these thoughts? Let's think about these thoughts and let's flush through them. So if I'm thinking about, oh my gosh, I got this project to work on. Okay, well, now you know you have a project to work on. When are you going to work on this project? When are you going to finish this project? Okay, let's situate that, right? And my other thoughts or whatever, oh, I haven't ate today. Okay, why haven't you ate today? What do you need to eat today? Do you feel like you will be able to meditate in a way that you should if you haven't ate? Well, stop what you're doing and go eat. So talking to myself through this process has helped me learn that it's okay to have these thoughts. Let's think about these thoughts and let's organize them so that you can have a strategic plan with those thoughts. Let's write these thoughts down, okay? And so me doing that helped me understand that my meditation doesn't look like me sitting in the corner. My meditation is having those well-thought conversations with myself so that I'm able, when I'm wanting to, sit and be still, because I have the freedom to do so now that I work through those thoughts. Just because I had that project in mind doesn't mean that I'm going to do that project right then and there. But now my mind has the thought that, oh, I'm going to work on this project later. Leave that alone. But if I'm sitting there thinking, oh, I really got to do this, then just do it, and stop pushing it off. So I learned how to be kind to myself before I can sit and have a clear mind and meditate. However, that may look different from you. That might not be the same. It might be you are able to sit in the corner and meditate and not think about something. But once again, healing looks different for you than it does for me, and vice versa, from your friend, from your cousin, your sister. Healing is getting to know yourself. Healing is a process, so you can't rush this. Healing is ugly, healing is beautiful, healing is everything in between. Healing is allowing yourself to heal. Okay? So take the time to do so. If you're doing it, yes. If you're not, it's okay. It's okay. There's no rush in it. But when you take the time, understand that it's going to be ugly. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be challenging. And during that time, do what you like doing best. If you like writing, then write. If you like reading, then read. That leads me to another topic of what are mechanisms when it comes to healing. There's different types of mechanisms. And once again, my mechanisms may look different than your mechanisms, right? And that's okay. But there's also balance between these mechanisms. Through my growth of healing, my mechanisms look different. So in the beginning of my healing process, my mechanisms were drinking. My mechanisms were sex. My mechanisms were things that clouded my judgment, but I used them to be depending on them to make me feel better. Now, as I am going through these steps of healing, I realize I'm choosing different mechanisms. That those mechanisms, as beautiful as they are, like there's a balance to it. I'm not saying stop drinking. I'm not saying stop having sex. I'm saying there's a balance to it and understanding the core of those mechanisms. Why am I doing that? Why am I drinking this much? Because I'm trying to suppress a feeling? Why am I doing what I'm doing when it comes to sexual, trying to suppress a feeling? Is that beneficial to my end goal? Is that beneficial to me? When I realized it wasn't, that's when I was like, okay, where does this stem from? Where does this look like? And so then when I understand where it stemmed from and what it looked like, that's when I decided that I wanted to stop or slow those down so that I can build other mechanisms. So now I'm on mechanisms like writing and reading. But then I also realized that there's a balance with those two. Because just because I write and just because I read doesn't mean that I'm taking the time for self to rest. Being busy, doing different things can be distracting. I realized that I start working super hard. I start working 9 to 9 in the morning to 9 p.m. Like literally, I'm not even lying. I start working, pushing content, doing this. And when I realized, Geneva, slow down. It's okay to slow down. What are you running from? Is this something that you're enjoying doing? Or are you doing this because you're trying to hide from something? And I realized, like, I enjoy resting too. I enjoy spending time with my family. I enjoy calling my friends and my family to see how they're doing. Why am I suppressing that to continue to work? So when it comes to mechanisms and coping mechanisms, there's a balance. But you gotta look inside and feel like, what is that? Am I depending on these mechanisms? Are these mechanisms now healthy or unhealthy? Am I enjoying this time that I'm doing this? Or I'm just doing it because it's distracting me from other things that I don't want to do? Right? And so this is a deep reflection. This is something that you have to take the time and realize, okay, what is this? Why am I doing this? What does this look like? That comes with the healing journey and coping mechanisms, a part of the healing journey. Therapy has helped me a lot. Reading has helped me a lot. Writing has helped me a lot. Being unapologetic about self has been amazing. Self-love has been remarkable. Like, I remember when I didn't love myself the way I love myself now. That was a dark stage. But now as I speak these affirmations and I speak these lights and I speak all this beauty in me, And now seeing that and believing that and honoring that and cherishing that, I'm able to vibrate on levels that I never knew I could have. If you told little Geneva I'd be where I am today, I would look at you like you was crazy. If you told me this a whole year ago that I'll be doing what I'm doing today, I would look at you like you were crazy. Because then I didn't have any thoughts of where I would be today. I didn't realize I had this stuff going on, right? And because my healing journey is a process, I still get triggered by things that happened in my past that I thought I was healed from. That's why it's always a journey. And when I get triggered from this, I understand that I have to keep going. I have to keep on loving myself. I have to keep on vibrating on a level to bring people around me that are vibrating on their own levels so that we can vibrate together. Even though I'm on my own healing journey, I'm not only healing for myself, I'm healing for my community, I'm healing for my future children, I'm healing from their future children, I'm healing for my parents, my ancestors. This is bigger than me. This is bigger than me, and I'm so grateful to be on this journey. Not only with me, but with you. So let's continue to heal together. Let's continue to love each other. Let's continue to enjoy this process and speak light into our daily. Because you are light. You are beautiful. You are remarkable. And you are an inspiration. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Adjusting Our Mindset. Continue to adjust your mindset so that you can be optimistic about the world we live in. I love you, beautiful people. Stay blessed. Bye.
Where is Neva?